Hey babes, it's Tove. Thank you so much for submitting all your questions. I'm getting ready to answer them. Yes, and a special thanks to Romeo for having me. Here we go. Yeah, Max from Indianapolis. Sorry if I say these places wrong, since I'm Swedish. I feel like I get, what do you say? Oh, never mind. Sorry. Anyway, Max from Indianapolis. Will Love Ballad be included on any of your upcoming CDs? Queen of the Clouds Deluxe version, possibly. Yes, it will be a bonus track. Max, it was the first song ever released, so I want to keep that in the mix. So you will get to hear it more. Mary from Denver. Fans of Icona Pop are icons. I'm an icon. Fans of Katy Perry are Katy Cats, and I'm a Katy Cat. What are fans of you called? Well, I've been thinking about this, and you're just simply my babes. You're my baby Loos. My baby Lows. Yeah, my baby Lows. That feels good. Okay, Jamal from Mississauga. Jamal from Mississauga. I hope I said that right. What are your favorite TV shows of all time? Whenever I'm sick, I always get like super sick. I can't get out of bed, so I also always run through a few of those. And my favorites are Breaking Bad, Weeds. I really like Girls. I think it's amazing, and Orange is the New Black is my latest obsession. Everyone keeps saying I have to watch Game of Thrones, which I haven't started yet. But I guess I should when I get time. Okay, Jai from Venezuela. What's your life motto? That's an interesting one. I try to, just in general, don't be afraid of something that you want to do or something that you're dreaming of. Don't be afraid. You should always give it a shot. Don't plan too much, and just make sure to have fun in life with people you love. That's what creates memories. Jordan from Pittsburgh. What are major influences for the upcoming album? My influences, well, since pretty much everything I write is my own experiences, like especially lyrically, that's where that comes in. So, my hair. Anyway, I mean, lyrically, it's all from my personal life, so I guess I should thank all the loves in my life for that one. And musically, I haven't really been listening to anyone like, I don't have an influence that's been on purpose, kind of. I think it's more just what I've been surrounded by, and there is so many talented, amazing acts and stuff I've been listening to is Banks and Broods, Icona, Robin, Licky Lee, and then have, my early inspiration from what I used to listen to back in the day, which was Nirvana and Hole and more grungy stuff. And I think I kind of still keep that with me just because the kind of edginess to lyrics and the kind of the roughness in the vocals that I want to keep, that's a big inspiration to me. Alright, next, Madison from New York. Since your songs are true feelings about a certain person, who did you get the courage to share them with? How did you get the courage to share them with other people? Well, Madison, I can honestly tell you that I did not think about the fact that I was sharing my whole love life with the rest of the world when I wrote these songs. I basically just, when I'm in the studio, I don't really think about that at all. I just write what I need to kind of get out of my system at the time. So it's rare for me to think about what everyone's going to say about it before I start writing. I think it's just, I can't have any filters or I can't polish things, because then I don't feel like I stay true to the songs or me. So it wouldn't help me then to write. And writing is like a drug to me. I need it. So yeah, there's just no other way to do it. I don't know if I am. It's hard for me to talk about it. It's harder to talk about it than to sing about it. So yeah, I'm always a bit worried before interviews what question's going to come up about my exes or yeah, anything else personal. All right, Natalie from Lighthouse Point. That sounds beautiful. Where were you and what were you doing the first time you heard Habits on the radio? Well, it was in Stockholm, and I was with my brother in a car. Hadn't seen him for a long time, so it was great to see him. I'd been traveling tons, and yeah, I mean, that was pretty early on in Sweden, and that was before I'd ever been on the radio, ever. So just that experience when we're sitting in the car and the song comes on randomly, I was just... It's amazing, but it's still amazing. Every time you're in the car and you now are starting to hear it more and more, even here in the States where if I jump in a car and it starts playing, there's like, almost always get a bit teary-eyed because it's a huge thing. It's been my dream my whole life. Okay, Leticia from Brazil. Will you have any collaborations on the new album? I will have one with Lucas Nord, a song called Run on Love. That's a guy from Sweden that I really love working with. Some of you may have heard it. It's going to be a special Queen of the Clouds edition on the album. And I'm really, really excited that it's on there because it's one of my favorite songs that I've written with him. And then Sheila from Davao City. Sorry about these names. I'm really trying. If you weren't a musician, what would you be doing for a living? To be honest, I don't know. I don't have anything else that I could imagine doing, and it's been that way since high school. I think I'll always do something with music, even if it's just writing or being an artist. One of the two. So it's going to be. I think I'll probably just be a beach bum, really, or yeah, something stupid, unproductive. I think. All right, Serena from Cleveland, Ohio, I'm guessing. Are you planning on touring or making new music during 2015 or both? Well, 2015 is very unwise for me at the moment. I really have no idea what I'm doing after going on tour with Katy Perry in Australia. But I'm always writing music, and I will always keep writing music. So definitely will keep working or start on a new album. I want to play as many shows as I can, so hopefully I can come see all of you everywhere, all over the world. It's one of the best things about this, about actually being an artist, not just a writer, is to be able to go out and play live for you. So hopefully both, as much as I can, yes. All right. Aminah from Long Island. Which artists do you really look up to? Well, there are many. I really look up to and admire Lorde, among others. I think I think I've said her in these interviews so many times. But yeah, I just think it's so amazing to see. I mean, she's a great songwriter to begin with, and I think she does amazing stuff. And also she is so young and has so much integrity and stays true to herself. And it's just really impressive to see. I wish I would have been that cool when I was 17. I was not. So I'm just really impressed by that. She's super cool. And I also am very, have a bit of a tiny crush on Mickey Echo. I think is an amazing songwriter, and I just love his voice. And he as well stays true to himself. I'm really excited to hear his album. And there's many more, but those are the two that comes to mind first now for me. Okay, Mylin from Fort Myers. Who's the inspiration behind Habits? Well, the inspiration is basically, well, it's about me really, trying to numb the pain. So it's me and my ex-boyfriend who, well, we had a pretty bad breakup, and I was struggling after. Um, Even though it was my fault that it ended, it still can hurt to be the one who hurts someone else as well. I think sometimes even more, because you don't get to be angry the same way as you do if someone dumps you or if someone mistreated you. So yeah. Okay. Patrice from New York City. What made you decide to name your album Queen of the Clouds instead of Embryos? Well, I think there's been a bit of a misunderstanding there. The Embryos was pretty much just the working title for the album. It was just all my demos put in one big pile and none, all unfinished stuff. And I hadn't even thought of a title because I didn't know which songs were going to go on the album yet. So Queen of the Clouds, I just decided on because I think it sounds so badass and it really describes the way that I'm feeling right now because everything is so surreal what's happening to me. And, sometimes, yeah, it's like a big party haze, your dreams coming true, and it's all one big cloud of just amazing dreams coming true. Yeah, I don't know. But then also a little reminder to kind of sometimes you have to step away and look from above to see the big picture and what's actually going on. It's easy to get stressed and overwhelmed by everything that's happening too, because all of a sudden a lot of people care, a lot of people want to get involved in what you're doing and question your choices that you might not ever even question yourself, and that makes you so much more aware of what you're doing and what you're saying, and that can be overwhelming sometimes. Yeah, but I really love the title. I hope you do too. All right, David from Los Angeles. Does songwriting come easy to you, and what is your process like? Well, David, I usually it's very different because since I'm traveling so much now, it varies a lot. But usually, I always have my portable studio with me. The writing does come easy if there's not too much else going on. Like I need my kind of space where I'm alone, and it can be anywhere. It can be in a hotel room. It can be at my house. It can be pretty much anywhere where I just need to be left alone. Like I'll turn my phone off. I need to be in a safe space. But yeah, I usually write kind of a lyric idea or a theme first, or something just comes to me. It can be like watching a movie can get me really inspired. Obviously, when anything's really dramatic in my life, that's a great inspiration. And usually start with a lyric or phrase, something that I feel gets me kind of inspired to then make the music. Whereas like I might get a melody in my head and just a phrase, and then I'll start adding chords and seeing how I can work those two together on piano usually, and then I start like a kind of a demo production on my computer, and then I might change it all around and do something completely different than what I started with. But that's usually how it begins, just with a theme, a lyric idea. And then usually when I have like a demo production or a song that I'm feeling comfortable with, it might just be the chorus or just a verse or a whole song. Then I take it usually to my guys, the Struts, who's produced most of the album and the whole EP, and they do their thing. We finish it together, and ta-da! It's a song. All right, Kelly from Milwaukee. Your song with Alesso is fantastic. Thank you so much. Who else would you really like to make music with? Oh, there's so many. I don't know where to begin. Kona Pop, that's already come true. Broods, Lord, Katy Perry, Mick Echo, Robin, Urban Cone, one of my favorite band from Sweden. That's actually already happening. Eric Hassel, there's so many. Like, I love collaborations. I love working with people. I love writing together with people. So I'm gonna always keep doing that. I think it's just it feels very open and free now in music. Like, you don't have to stick to just you or like you can just cross over genres and everyone's like doing stuff together, and I think that's really amazing, really, really amazing. Okay, Sinan from Istanbul. Can you describe your album in 3 words? Yes, I can. I'm going to use the chapter titles here because no, it's divided into 3 chapters, which is Sex, Love, and Pain, which describes the album very well. Alright, John from Fickenberg. Why did you refilm the Habits Stay High music video? Well, I really loved the first video too, as I know a lot of people did, especially because I wrote the script and kind of directed it and got all the props and did everything together with friends for no money whatsoever, which is really fun. But I did reshoot it because since it was going to be a re-release with the song over here, I mean, it's been out without a label for a while in Sweden, and I thought it needed a bit more of the sadness in the video. I wanted to add a bit of darkness and grittiness to it, because the old one had a bit more of like a fancier kind of vibe to it, even though that also ends in chaos. And I wanted to get more of the heartbreak story through in the video, and so I used the same team, and we together, well, came up with this great idea, and I think the new one really reflects the song in a much better way than the old one did. So I'm really happy we decided to do that. I hope you like them. I hope you like them both, but I really hope you like the new one. Alright, Michelle from Geneva. What song on the upcoming album would you say is the nearest and dearest to your heart? Well, it's really hard, Michelle, to say, because they're all so, right now when I've finished, it can be different every day, really. And I think now that I've just finished it, and it's hard to pick your favorite, but for some days right now, it's a song called Moments, which it's kind of about how, with all this new spotlight on me, suddenly I have to care a lot more about, how I look, and people care more about how I look, and it's a topic of conversation, what I'm wearing, and a lot of pictures are getting taken, and suddenly, you're in the spotlight, and it's a different feeling, and it's weird when you're a pop girl, you kind of expected to look a certain way and have certain, like, a polished vibe to you that I don't really have at all. So it's about kind of not being enough in that sense, and I mean, and also the way that I bring it back to how I can feel when I've fallen in love with someone, and it starts to get a bit scary because you feel like this person is now someone you care what they think about you, and that can always be a bit scary at times, and so it's about just being worried about not being enough, and I'm flawed like everybody, and you just have to remember that everyone is flawed, no one's perfect. So that song, Moments, is right now very dear to my heart. Alright, Ali from Tampa Bay. Where did you get the name Tove from? Well, I was named Tove by my parents, and, well, my name is Ebba Tove Elsa Nilsson, and in Sweden it's very common to have, like, your given name, like you have your middle name surrounding your first name, like the given name, the one that they'll be called, that your parents will be calling you. So, but Tove has, like, always been my name since I was born, and then Lo means lynx, the Nordic wildcat in Swedish. So, and there was this wildcat at a zoo in Sweden when I was like 3 or something that was named Tove. So, and I completely fell in love with that. So my parents just started calling me Tove after that. So yeah, it's just my nickname since forever. And I just decided to keep it. Okay, Ariel from Paris. Ariel. Ça va, Ariel? Can you play any instruments? Poorly, But I can play a bit of piano. Like that's usually how I write. Like I can take all the chords and find my way on piano. A little bit of guitar. Same with I mean, anything with keys is easy for me. But since I usually do more like production stuff, and then I have my band with me, I'm a bit lazy. I want to learn to play the piano better. Just because I would love to play live on stage, but right now it's hard for me to do both at the same time. Also because I'm jumping around so much. Alright, Erica from Kansas City. Are all the songs on Truth Serum going to be on the full album? No, they're not. I'm bringing along Habits Not on Drugs, and the remix is going to be bonus track, because I love the EP tracks. They'll still be there, but I really feel like when my first album comes out, I want it to be a full first new album, and also I had all these new songs I wanted to show you. So a few of them will come along, but not all. Okay, let's see here. Linda from Salt Lake City. Did you write the song Over based on a real life experience? Yes, Linda, very brutally honest real life experience. Very hard for me to talk about that one in particular, but it's always very emotional to perform it on stage. Yeah, I made a big mistake, so that's what that's one about. Mike from Boston. Is it ever a song you've written for another artist that you wish you would have kept for yourself? Actually, no, because when I write for others, I try to get into their headspace and think about what they would want. It's happened that someone wants a song that I've written for another artist that's like intentionally been for me, or I haven't maybe really decided yet. But usually I know very quickly if it's for me or for someone else. I try not to write as personal stuff when it's for somebody who... I mean, then you should write about their experience and what they have been through. So no, not yet. Victoria from Madison, why does that mean? I don't know. Victoria from Madison. What is the number one thing you miss about Sweden when you're away? Well, besides my dog, I have a Spanish street dog that I adopted with a big underbite. He's so fucking cute. Oh, sorry, he's very cute. I thought I did so good here. Damn it. And my friends, my parents, and I miss kind of being in this. I have a studio space there with my wolf cousin guys, and I really miss that studio space. Just be able to go there and sit there and work. But I love traveling. I love living out of a suitcase. I have my band with me, all the way from Sweden, so I'm pretty well away from home. Okay, Lexi from Phoenix. AZ. Huh? How did you feel when you found out you were going on tour with Katy Perry? Well, I was so excited that she asked me, and her people asked my people, but obviously it came from her, and I'm so excited to go. I love Australia. I've been there many times. It's an amazing country, and just to be able to play these amazing arenas and see this kind of live production, I think it's going to be so inspiring and so much fun, and I can't wait to meet her. And yeah, I was like screaming for an hour when I found out. So yeah, really, really amazing. Ooh. All right. Nora from Auburn, California. Since you are into fashion, where do you pull your inspirations from? Well, Nora, I'm not actually that really into fashion. I've started to be a bit more now that clothes seem to be important. My style seems to be important. But I'm very I love just vintage secondhand stuff. I do love to shop there. I kind of been given I have a friend who makes all these amazing jewelry called Leontine, and she's kind of given me my style. She tells me I'm bohemian grunge, which sounds perfect for me because I love feathers, a lot of jewelry, old stuff frills and stuff. Oh, fringes, I don't know. That kind of stuff that hang like this. Hang on. like this stuff. I love that kind of stuff. And just, you know, jeans that are kind of stonewashed, and I love to wear just like trashy jean shorts and, you know, easy t-shirt. I like to be comfortable on stage. I never really wear any shoes on stage and stuff. Yeah, inspiration-wise, I don't really know. Mix Janis Joplin, Courtney Love, you know, back in the day stuff. Yep. Alright, Jeremy from New Orleans. New Orleans? New Orleans. What was it like working with Max Martin to create songs? I actually haven't worked that much with him. I'm signed to his songwriting, a new like songwriting collective where a bunch of Swedes called Wolf Cousins were signed to him and Shellback. But I've worked with him a few times on stuff for other artists, which I loved. He's amazing. You understand why he is so successful. He's a great writer, obviously, and he is humble and works hard. I was super nervous to go into the room with him, but when we were in there, it was like, you know, you're on the same level in terms of like he gives you space to show your ideas and he listens, and it was awesome. He's great. All right, Ashley from Brentwood, California. Did you come up with the concept for the Habits video? Yes and no. I mean, I worked on it with Motellet Films, who is my two Swedish dudes, who we basically said, let's take the old video, let's bring in more of the sadness, but we still want that kind of chaotic, heartfelt crime vibe. I said I wanted to bring in more of the darkness, and they said, well, we should do it, and let's do it with inspiration from Requiem of a Dream, that movie. That's where the whole that I was going to carry around the camera idea came from, which I think made it even more like, I felt like it came even more close to me, which I thought was good. Alright, Izzy from San Antonio. Did you like collaborating with Junkyard to create clothing? And would you like to do this more? I really enjoyed working with Junkyard. That was very, so kind of out of what I do. But I have some good friends there, and they basically asked, like, let's do something together. Let's do like a festival collection. I was like, that's perfect. That's very me. Let's, make easy clothes that you can not be scared to get mud on. You're not afraid to lose, So, and I also just loved getting some of my lyrics on, on clothes, which I thought was awesome. So, yeah, that was really fun. I mean, it was very easy, like, they're so great and talented. So I basically said, like, oh, use these lyrics and, shorts, t-shirts, easy stuff. And they came back to me with great ideas. So it was smooth. But I'm not sure how much of that I will do in the future. It's a bit out of my world, I feel like. But I hope you liked it, the collection. Okay, Sam from Miami. How did you meet Alesso, and how did you two decide to team up? Well, Alesso is also Swedish, so obviously Stockholm and Sweden being a very small world, we just kind of have heard of each other through people we both had worked with, and Fanny was we knew the same person at the label in Sweden who said, you guys should meet up and see if you hit it off in the studio musically. And we really did right away. So we wrote the song together, and it all went pretty fast, actually. He's a super talented guy and such a sweetheart. Yeah, I have lots of love for him, and I think he's going to do, he's already doing amazing, but he's going to blow up even more, I think. Yep. Alright, that was the last one. Guys, thank you, Baby Loos. Thank you so much for submitting your questions to me, and I really enjoyed answering them here in my downtime. So, yeah, take care, and thanks again to Romeo for having me. All my love to you. Bye.